Vasudevasudam devam kamsachanura martanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Yesterday we saw a special bond between the people who lived in Nandagrama and Lord Krishna. A very important people are Gopikastris. He had a very special bond between them and him. There were a lot of charitras and leelas which is written in Bhagavata Purana about Gopikastris. In addition to that, we are also going to see how Krishna and Sudama or Kuchela bond is. First, we will see about Gopikastris. Nandakarama is full of two things. One, cows, and second one, Gopikas. There is an excellent Tamil saying which translates to English right. You can even count the stars on the sky, but you cannot count the number of cows in Nandagrama. So each cow were close to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna will take the calf to Yamuna and then make sure he teaches the calf how to drink water. He will actually tie his hand behind. He will keep his mouth in Yamuna and then teach how to actually drink water. When we do yajna, we have something called Argyam and Bhatyam. The water comes out of Lord Vigraha is kept in Argyam Patyam. Yamuna is like a Argyam Patyam, right? It had a direct interface between the very nice mouth of Lord Krishna. Only two people had that bhagya. One is his Shangatalvar, where he blows, and next one is Yamuna. Both are considered as a very, very sacred thing in our Sampradaya. So Andal actually asks Shangatalvar that how his mouth will smell. Karpuram narumo, kamalappu narumo, sol aari venshange is the Pashura. She asks, will it actually smells like a camphor? Will it actually smells like a kamalappu, which is a lotus? Can you please tell me? Is what Andal actually asks to Shangam. Similarly, Yamuna has that opportunity or has that bhagyam to make sure his mouth has a direct contact with it. So he teaches calf, he makes sure that he comforts the life of Gopikas. He has a special bond, as I said. Gopikastris will go and buy turmeric. A turmeric will be this big, right? So how people will buy turmeric is, they will buy a turmeric and then there will be a dark surface. They will rub that in the dark surface. If it is so yellow, it is a good turmeric. If it is a pale yellow, they won't buy that turmeric. This is the practice of buying turmeric on those days. Today we buy turmeric in a powder. They don't buy turmeric on a powder. So to buy turmeric, Gopika Stris will take Krishna because the darkest thing in Nandagrama is Krishna. They will bend him and on his back they will rub the turmeric. If it becomes so yellow, then they will buy. If not, they won't buy. All the sages in Vaikunta actually sees this. And they actually tell Shamaganam to Lord Narayana. They actually wanted to witness him for 1 second. They are actually doing tapa for almost 24,000 years, 25,000 years to even have a small glimpse of him. But Gopika Stris does not have that big tapo balam in them. But they made sure that Krishna was with them. Then what is the difference? All the sages are very big in jnana. They can say the difference between karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. But Gopika Stris have just made sure that Krishna is with them. So they had bhakti. So these people had bhakti. Those people had jnana. Swami Ramanuja actually says, when you go to God, you need to have bhakti rupa manna jnanam. You cannot have only jnanam. When you have only jnanam, you will be putting yourself first. When you have bhakti with jnanam, you will be putting Bhagavan first. You will be making sure that he is comforted and he is taken care of. So you need to have bhakti. On that bhakti, you need to have jnana. All this should come in your karma. So that is why Krishna says in karma yoga, the bhakti should be there. Karma is nothing but action, right? Whatever action you do, the bhakti should be there. And whatever bhakti you do, you need to do with the jnana. So all these three things go together, and bhakti, karma yoga and jnana yoga leads way to bhakti yoga. These both are angam to bhakti yoga. These both are features to bhakti yoga. It is not bhakti which actually takes you here. Karma yoga, jnana yoga are step 1. Bhakti yoga is step 2. Because bhakti is very difficult to do. We will see this in detail when we decode the Bhagavad Gita. But an example of bhakti yoga is Gopika Stris. What is a great example of that is Rasa Kridai. There is a huge charitra which actually paved way for this particular Margazhi month. Andal disguised herself as one of the Gopikas 3. And this is how the Tiruppavai, the great Pashuram, in 4,000 Pashurams written by 12 Alvars. Out of the 30 Pashuram written by Andal, which is called Tiruppavai, which is having all the 30 days in this particular Margazhi month or Dhanur month, right? So, how this entire thing starts? Krishna makes sure he needs to play a Rasa Kridai with all the Gopika Stris. So there are 2 Gopika Stri, 1 Krishna. 2 Krishna, 1 Gopika Stri. So there is 1 Krishna, 1 Gopika Stri. 1 Krishna, 1 Gopika Stri. As I said, there are so many girls over there. All are small girls. Krishna is a small boy. Everyone are holding their hand and they are playing. Krishna played for almost 1 hour. He saw the Gopika Stris and they were excited like anything. A man who is so excited can also spoil his heart. The man who is so dejected can also spoil his heart. Krishna for a moment thought, if I again play for half an hour with these people, they will even die in excitement. They are in super excitement. So what he did, he made sure he is not there at all. He has gone as Aruvam. Uruvam is with a form. Aruvam is he is there but not as a form of a human being. That is what is called Aruvam. Let's say air. Air is Aruvam. Air is there, we can feel it, but we can't see it. Similarly, Aruvam is we can feel Krishna is here, but we can't see whether he is there. Similarly, all these people who are playing with him got really astonished because Krishna was playing with me. What happened? And I don't know what happened, and Krishna is not there. Then, one final thing, what they did is okay, Krishna is making this as his weapon to actually make sure how their bhakti is. Test how their bhakti is. So they start a nombu. Nombu is nothing but a way they will live, the way they need to live for the next 30 days. That is called nombu. So they won't go out of their place at all. There is a boundary they will set to themselves and they won't go out of that place. Then they won't take care of themselves. They will put Krishna first. Second one. Third one, they won't talk ill of anyone else. Thīkuralai chendru vodom. They won't talk ill of anyone else. They won't talk anyone's behind. In fact, when we actually write this, there is a big sage called Periyavachan Pillai. He actually writes why they are taking a vrata that they won't speak behind the back. Gopika Stris don't have the practice of speaking behind the back even when they are not in vrata. When they are in vrata, they were taking this, right? Even when they are not in vrata, they don't have practice. But they wanted to demonstrate to people like us that we should not speak in anyone's back. We should be very, very powerful enough to speak to someone's face. Even if we don't like them, we should tell to someone's face. So, Thīkuralai chendru vodom. In Tamil, we call it as Puram solludal. Puram means behind. So, behind somebody, we should not talk. Ney unnom, paal unnom, narkale neeradi. We get up very early in the morning and we take bath. First thing we do is take bath. We take bath and we don't do our food first. We do food for Krishna and we do dharma. That is what? Ayyamum, Pichayum, Antanayum, Kaikati. It's very important thing to learn, which is Ayyam is someone is coming and asking. Ayyam is I am going and understanding the feeling of others, the need of others, and then helping. Pichai is someone is coming and asking me that can you do Anadana? Can you do Tirthadana? Can you do Vastradana? Then I contribute money to do that. The next word is very important. Antanayum Kaikati. Say for example, if I do an Anadana, 500 people are eating and I contributed little bit towards that. Someone is coming and asking me, Kalyan, because of you, 500 people ate today. Then the response from my side should be, Lord Krishna gave that opportunity for me to give that 500 people food. That is what Kaikati. I need to show my hand to Krishna. Because of him, I am actually doing that. Because of Rama, I am doing that. Because of Narasimha, I am doing that. And I am not doing on my own. So these are the vrata they actually took. And then they made sure that for the next 30 days, they lived that particular vrata and they attained Lord Krishna. That is how the Tirupavai itself was framed. From the day 1 up until day 30, they actually go step by step and then made sure that Krishna is now with them. In the last 2 days, we are going to see how Tirupavai is done. That is how this particular discourse will finish. We will keep that story for that. And next story is all about Sudama. There is a teacher for Krishna who is called Santipani. Santipani and Krishna and Sudama lived in a particular place. Santipani had only 2 Shishyas. They learnt 64 Ayar Kalai in 64 days. These both are so brilliant people. Dancing, they learnt in 1 day. Singing, they learnt in 1 day. Fighting, they learnt in 1 day. And how can they learn? Because they are already well ahead in the jnana. So Santipani made sure that both are very well blessed with all this 64 kala. Now the final day came, 65th day. These both kids came, they fall on the feet of Guru. Guru said, both will be living a great life. This is the statement of Guru. But Krishna went ahead and become a Kshatriya, a Raja for Dwaraka. But Sudama was so poor. He didn't have money, but he thinks of Krishna on a daily basis. He never forget Krishna. He made sure that Krishna lives with him. One fine day, his wife called him and said, why don't you go to your friend who's a king and get us some money? So he takes aval, which Krishna likes so much. He goes inside Dwaraka. In that Dwaraka, no one left him inside. Whilst he was not left inside, he didn't feel insulted. He felt that Krishna is now thinking not to meet him. That is what he said. But Krishna witnessed everything from his balcony. He came down and told the gods that he's my friend. You need to let him inside. When he came inside, the first thing Krishna asked was, Krishna knows everything how he actually lives, right? He asked was, on 65th day, Santipani blessed us that we both will be living a great life. Sudama, look at that. We both are living a great life, right? That is what Krishna actually asked. Santipani's response was, if he is an average man, he will respond saying that Krishna, you live like a king. I am living like a beggar. That is what he was. We would have responded. But Sudama responded saying, I don't know about you, Krishna, but I live a great life. That is what he actually said. Then Krishna was astonished. He knows why this is actually happening. Now there are two questions over here. Question number 1. Santipani is a big sage. Santipani is a guru. How his word will be failed? Because he said both of you will live a good life. Here Krishna is rich, Sudama is poor. How that can actually happen? Second one is, Krishna, after seeing Sudama, he knows that he lives a poor life. Why is he asking this question? Now we both are living a great life, right? Now the answer for this both are very astonishing, right? Santipani's blessing is you both will live a great life. That does not mean that you both will live a wealthy life. Wealth is coming or going. But Sudama lived a pure life. Sudama lived a life without vengeance. Sudama lived a life with dharmic activities. Sudama never complained that I know Krishna. He never used Krishna's influence for one bit. If we know even a small counselor, we will use his influence like in everywhere. But Sudama never used, he knows Krishna. He was a classmate of Krishna. He never used his influence. He made sure he lives a dharmic life. So that is what is a great life means. Second question. Krishna asked him, you are living a great life, right? Now, the moment Sudama came inside Krishna's house, his house has become rich already. That Krishna knows. Only Sudama don't know that. So when at the time Krishna tells to Sudama that you live a great life, which means he is factually correct. It is only Sudama who don't know that. So sometimes a good thing would have happened to us, but only we don't know that. We will need to wait for us to know that. God knows that good thing would happen. Finally, Sudama never asked money to Krishna. Krishna never leaves. When Sudama leaves, he says, I came here to give this aval, Krishna. I am not here to take anything from you. I wanted to make sure only two things. One, you eat this aval. Second one, are you still remembering me? That's all I want. I don't want anything. Now Krishna is very, very astonished with this bhakti, right? So when we go to Tirupati, when we go to Srirangam, when we go to any temple, Krishna or Rama or Tiruvenkadamudiyan knows what we actually want. He gives what we actually want. It is not that we need to go and ask. For example, he wanted to give us 1 lakh rupee. For us, the need is only 100 rupee. We will go and ask, I need only 100 rupees. So he is ready to give us even 1 lakh rupee. So we will make a practice of going to Rama or going to Krishna or going to any temple and then just witness him how he stands or how he sleeps, what is his beauty, not ask anything to him. He knows because he is a parent. He knows exactly what we want and he will give at the right time. With this thought, we will meet tomorrow with another brilliant story. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Narayana.